Professors across the US are teaching classes to students who can't read full books anymore. This is a massive neon sign that we're plummeting towards idiocracy.
I live in Smethwick, Birmingham. If you want the fucking brawl, come down Smethwick Hospitality. I'll come out of my house and I'll break your fucking legs, you little prick. Now what do you say? Now what do you fucking say?
When I graduated high school, I didn't know what kind of world I was stepping into, and it didn't help that I was learning how it worked from this guy. Maybe I'm giving him too much credit. Boone is a channel with a lot of resources. He has a team of researchers that work to provide evidence. I'm probably making this shit up. And he uses that evidence to fearmonger. Take a look.
I stopped giving independent reading because students were just not doing it and were happy to take the 0 or the F or the D in order to not read the book. So they were actively trying not to read anything.
Now that the cat's out of the bag, no social media ban for kids is ever going to reverse this process. Meanwhile, the tech oligarchs have taken over control of the news people watch, the social media sites that they use, and they've even gutted the education system, just when it was most needed. Put together all of these pieces and the picture becomes clear. We're rocketing towards idiocracy.
Australian cunt.
I just shoved a nuke up my pussy.
And the way they'll do that is by making sure that children establish habits before they have good self-regulation.
By hooking kids.
By hooking kids.
Straight from the horse's mouth. Yet it's only now, 5 years later, that some impotent efforts have been made to stop kids getting hooked. It's far too little and too late.
He makes the claim that because kids aren't reading, and Elon gutted 1 billion from schools that were headed towards idiocracy. The school system has failed so many people. And the thing that pisses me off is that he gets people with his viewpoints to confirm his beliefs. But I will give credit where it's due. He ends the video off on a good note.
Even the tech oligarchs themselves aren't immune to their own idiocracy. Musk is probably more addicted to Twitter than anyone else on the planet. Mark Zuckerberg's replacing himself with an AI agent. And as the world gets dumber, nurturing your own inner curiosity becomes that much more important. And if you can do that, you can be a wolf in a world of sheep.
This is another example. He makes good points, but he words it like it's set in stone.
Nowadays, people are waking up to this. More and more, we see more criticism of BlackRock and their influence in the entire global economy. And when it comes to things like owning a house, people are starting to realize that the main enemy in America is BlackRock. And this is probably one of the only good signs for the future, because despite BlackRock spying off the media, more and more people are becoming aware of BlackRock's insidious business plan. However, considering that a large part of BlackRock's business is based on avoiding risks and disaster, it's likely that they're here to stay, all whilst they collude with the World Economic Forum and government leaders, whilst you stay poorer because of it.
Spoken like a true loser.
And I hate that pessimist mentality. How can you change anything when you have no hope left? That goes for everything: work, politics, even taking a shit. If you're constipated, being pessimistic will get you nowhere. In fact, it will make it harder for you to take a shit. Instead, take a breath and drink some laxatives. If a problem doesn't have a solution now, it will have one later. That doesn't mean we can ignore it. We just need enough people to help us solve the issue. Look at this thumbnail. Let's see what it's got to say.
Generation Z is more anxious, more depressed, more suicidal, less likely to date, less likely to have sex, less likely to venture outside, less likely to have any friends, less likely to talk to family members, more lonely, more isolated, and more depressed. Generation Z is down bad. We all can see this. It's a horrific transformation in the last few decades that has created the generation we see today. But just think of Generation Alpha, i.e. the iPad kids, who are going to be even sicker, dumber, sadder, and more lonely than Generation Z is today.
Australian
is the rise of involuntary celibates, lonely sex-starved young men, embittered by a sense of romantic failure, who find each other in communities online. You see more and more, with things like Tinder, with Instagram, with adult content. All of this stuff is affecting the mental health of everyone everywhere. And as humans spend less and less time interacting in the real world and more time immersed inside virtual ones, AI partners may very well replace human ones. And as the iPads grow up, we may very well be living in idiocracy in just a few decades.
He lists lists off things that affect Gen Z and says Gen Alpha will be worse than Gen Z. That's a bold claim to make, especially when grouping a whole generation. Not only that, but a generation that hasn't even had the chance to prove themselves yet. Let me list off some people from Gen Z that are making a difference. Tierra Gwynn Fletcher, Gitanjali Rao, Naomi Osaka, and the list goes on. The first Gen Z member of the US Congress was elected in 2022. We as a generation are just getting started, so I ask you, why are we passing judgment on Gen A when they have yet to begin?
Kids don't play outside anymore. A recent survey found that only 27%.
Alright, I'm getting fucking tired of Moon. What the hell do his comments say? As the father of a 4-year-old, I gotta say, this video is terrifying. I go to the mall and see kids my daughter's age. Younger and older with their heads totally slumped down, neck limp, staring at a screen half dead. I think about how daughter is going to have to work with these people. Talk to these people, exist in the world with these people. And as a kid who was raised with 2 attentive parents and strictly limited screen time, she's going to come from a whole different world than these zombie people. Zombie people is incredibly rude. I prefer the term Bob, thank you very much. And who the fuck is this guy? In conclusion, decrepit British man shit talks the younger generation for a living. Tune in next time.
I only got one thing on my mind. It's them big bloody guys all the time. Oh, I